Was there a moment when you were like, I'm freaking world champion?
I genuinely woke up and I was like, damn, I did it. I've done it. We did it as a team. And it's just a pretty amazing thing because I think there was 34, 35 other people in the world that have achieved that. So for me to be part of that pretty elite group is something I kind of never believed, but I've got to force myself to believe it now.
It's quite a big moment, like taking number 4 off the car,
Yeah.
putting 1 on.
Yeah, it looks way better.
Big moment.
Welcome to Frontier CMO. Welcome back to Cannes. How's the week panning out for you so far?
It's a busy one. You know, McLaren have been coming to Cannes over the last 10 years or so, but this year, I think the whole grid's here. The whole Formula One grid's lining up. It's kind of words got out about this Formula One business, I think.
So once again, the rest of the grid is behind you, is what you're saying.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Why is McLaren here? Like, what do you get out of coming to a festival of advertising creativity?
So I think if you look at the sport and the change that we've gone through in the last couple of years, right? Formula One used to be a really B2B world. If you look at the way the brands that show up here, many of our partners, obviously Google being one of them, MasterCard and many others, they're showing up. I think we learn so much. It's good to step away from the racetrack every now and again, look at creativity, and sport's big news here, right? Again, I think that ability for sport to cut through to fans and engage them in ways that other typical media can't. I think it's fantastic. So good to be here and get some inspiration to take back to HQ.
Okay, so your story with McLaren has an incredible high note. We know you won the championship, and congratulations. Just remarkable achievement. Twice. When you joined McLaren, it was a very different situation. So you joined in 2017 and you guys were almost last, or effectively the back of the grid, right?
We were at the back of the grid, which was a kind of an interesting place to be. Yeah, it's been a kind of long journey. We liken it more to a quest back to the front because it's not a linear path in Formula One. There are lots of turns, upside down moments, but we're back and that feels really, really good.
Helps when you have drivers starting to win races and win championships, right?
It helps when you've got 2 rock star drivers who have mass appeal, appealing to the next generation of fans, young and old fans. They appeal to everyone.
What else have you guys been doing to sort of grow your global fan base? It's such a challenge when you have so few race weekends and they're so far around the world. Most fans never get to a race, right?
Most fans never get to a race, and it's like 24 Super Bowls. So as a CMO, it's like the most incredible opportunity. But 24 Super Bowls back to back, like the pace is intense. But we recognize that only 1% of that huge global fan base ever get to go to track in their lifetime. And we've listened to the fans. We've just had some new data back, and what they want, they're craving live experiences and to be closer to the team than ever before. Like they want to interact with us. They want a sense of belonging, a sense of community. So we focused on some live experiences. Last July, we turned London's Trafalgar Square papaya.
So I saw this, yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, like 40,000 fans turned up, right?
It was insane. I do remember we rocked up in Trafalgar Square on Thursday morning and Zach, the boss, called me and he said, this is quite big. And I said, well, what did you expect? You told me to do a fan event in Trafalgar Square. I think we took it up to a next level. And I think everyone was just astonished at the incredible reaction that we had.
Why don't we invite a little special guest in?
Why not?
Okay. Hey, Lando. I'm doing great. Welcome to Frontier CMO.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy Cannes to come to this event.
Problems.
So most kids grow up wanting to become a race car driver and win the world championship. And you are that kid. You grew up to become the world champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What was that moment like? And when did it actually sink in?
I mean, I think it's still sinking in now, but it was the most amazing day of my life. I think for me, for a lot of the people on my team and also just on the team of McLaren, because for a lot of them, it was their first world championship for drivers. Was obviously our second in a row for the team. Like that's an unbelievable achievement. But I think obviously from my side, personally, I had my mum there, my dad, my brother, my sisters, some of my best friends that I've grown up with for so many years, that are part of the journey as well, even though I'm just the one that's in the car driving.
Was there a moment later on, a day, a week, a month, when you were like getting out of the shower and you just went, I'm freaking world champion? and at the top of your voice, just to yourself.
I'm not like the loudest person, but yeah, I said it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. I put it on my Instagram bio, but like I genuinely woke up and I was like, damn, I did it. You know, just like that realization of the fact it's a genuine thing. You know, for so many years, I wanted to believe that it was possible. And now it's like, it's done. I've done it. We did it as a team. And it's just a pretty amazing thing because I think there was 34, 35 other people in the world that have achieved that. So for me to be part of that pretty elite group is something I kind of never believed, but I've got to force myself to believe it now.
It's quite a big moment, like taking number 4 off the car, putting 1 on.
Yeah, it looks way better.
Big moment.
In the Formula One season, and things go wrong, right? Sometimes it's someone crashing into you. Sometimes it's mechanical failure. Sometimes it's any number of things, right? Sometimes it's on you, the driver. Talk about your process, your mental resilience. How do you get back in the cockpit, back in the saddle? How do you keep going with focus and forget what's just happened?
That is just a tough thing. I'm sure some people find it easier, some people find it harder, but it depends who you are as a person. It depends the people you have around you. I think for me, that was the most important thing. Or the two. The first one is realizing you're going to have the tough moments. Like, even when you see, it's easy to see other people on TV, and when you see Lewis on when I was growing up, and you see all the champions, you never really necessarily see the tougher moments. So you kind of always get that false perspective of how amazing it is. But I can tell you that there's a lot of very tough moments. So just accepting that this is the case, and it'll always be the case. It's never going to be perfect, and it's never going to be overly glorious.
That's a good answer. Lou, thank you. Lando, thank you.
Thank you
so
very
great
much.
to have you here in front of CMO.
Thank you.
Pleasure.